Hey everybody, it's Cameron of Speedtech Performance, and today we are outside. We've got this build that we did a couple years ago, and it came back to get a little bit of a tune-up done to it. So I'm just going to take it for a cruise while it's here.
Have you heard? If you're in the game, then the stroke's the word.
So this car is pretty crazy. It's got obviously modern LS, but with everything that's done to it, we're actually sitting about 800 horsepower naturally aspirated, which is pretty crazy. And then there's a little secret 200 shot of go-go juice in the trunk, which is pretty cool. So we're in construction. You know, it's crazy, like in construction, driving a manual, it's very easy to drive, and it's very manageable, even with all that power. And a lot of that is thanks to our suspension and our steering. The steering with the modern steering rack, it's running our extreme front subframe with our torque arm in the rear. And so the rear end, you feel planted. You don't feel like you're going to be losing all 800 horsepower and doing donuts and things, which you could if you really wanted to. But the purpose of this is to be a nice cruiser and just have fun. So let's have some fun. You know, one of my favorite parts? This Hurst shifter. This thing's freaking cool. So I don't know if you guys could tell that from inside, but again, we're in construction right now, and we just hit a pretty good bump, and the suspension just completely absorbed it, and you weren't able to tell. Now, if you were in with factory shocks and with the leaf springs and all that, it would be a whole different game driving through this kind of construction. This interior is so nice. It was done by Divine One, by Misha and his team out of Las Vegas. It's very comfortable, very modern. When you actually open the doors, there's lights that kick on kind of like a 5th gen Camaro had. It's really, really cool. And then the package tray, I absolutely love the package tray, because one of the most iconic things about the 2nd gen Firebird is the Firebird, right? The hot chicken that's sitting on top of the hood. There's one of those sitting on the package tray too. So they did a really good job. There's little details that I really enjoy about this car, and it's forged line wheels, but custom center caps that actually have the Pontiac emblem in them. So this all together, front to back, this car was really thought about when we were putting it together. So I don't care what anybody says. You know, I get to drive cars like this all the time, but it never gets old when you're sitting at a stoplight and the guy in the box truck comes by and gives you a big old thumbs up, and he starts pointing, and he's so excited to see cars like this. That's something you just don't get very often, and it's, as a car guy, it makes me smile. So right now we're on the freeway. We're on I-15 going through St. George, Utah, and cruising at 75 miles an hour. Look at this, letting go of the wheel, and it's staying straight. Live shot, look, I still haven't touched the steering wheel. Live shot. And so at 75 miles an hour, this thing gives you the responsiveness, but it gives you the confidence that you need to be able to hop in your car and just drive. And one more thing, if we pan back this way, it just doesn't get much cooler than looking through a shaker as you're driving down the freeway. I love it. Absolutely love this car.